Your mindset determines your dating outcome. Hello and welcome to this How to Love Successfully podcast with me, Dr. Mari Kovanen. I'm a registered psychologist, a conscious dating coach, and a relationship therapist. Today we'll be talking about mindset, your belief patterns, and how you deal with emotions. Now, all of those impact your dating energy and your dating success. If you're interested in learning about how to create the love life you want and date consciously, give this podcast a follow and a like so that you will be notified of new episodes as they are being released, usually on Fridays. Let's talk about now your dating mindset. How do you view dating? If you really dig deep, how do you see dating? Do you see it as an inconvenience? Do you see it as something unpleasant? Or do you see it as a fun exercise to meet people? How do you view love and being loved? Do you believe that there is love out there for you? Or do you perhaps believe that there is no love out there, or at least that somewhere deep down, you don't quite believe that you would be worthy of a successful and loving, long-term committed relationship? What you believe about yourself and others and the world impacts your mindset. And your mindset affects your dating energy, which you project outside. And we tend to attract the energy we put out there. So this is really vital information for your dating success. There are two approaches to mindset. There's fixed mindset. You may have heard this before. There's fixed mindset and there's growth mindset. Fixed mindset is very much about that belief that there's nothing that can be done, or things are done always in the same way, or the world is very fixed and everything happens in a particular way. Whereas growth mindset is all about growth, of course, about seeing opportunities around you and how you personally can impact your life. This mindset will impact whether you put effort into dating and meeting the right person, or you resign and just hope for the best. Your mindset determines the outcome of dating. Because if you believe that there are no good men out there, or you believe that you don't quite deserve to be in a loving long-term relationship, that is the energy that you are projecting outside. And that is why inner work is absolutely crucial for changing relationship patterns, but also creating a conscious relationship from day one. Your beliefs about you and about the world and about other people have been developed through those life experiences in your childhood, but of course in later relationships too. And these beliefs are mostly unconscious, and they are manifested in your everyday interactions, whether you decide to do something or not do something. For example, if your needs were not met in your early relationships, and perhaps you don't quite believe in yourself as worthy of being loved by a person who appreciates all parts of you, then you may end up in relationships with people who you are repeating the same cycles with. And you are likely to attract the kind of people who are wrong people for you, where you might end up in toxic relationships, or in some way relationships where your needs are not being met. And perhaps it is difficult for you to set boundaries. Perhaps you give too many chances to certain type of people. Perhaps it's difficult for you to recognize what type of dating behavior is pro-relationship and what is not. And if you ultimately believe that you can't trust other people, you may keep people at arm's length. Perhaps you are not emotionally available in relationships, and then you may be attracting other people who are not emotionally available. So self-awareness is absolutely vital to know yourself, your history, and about your emotions so that you can understand your reactions, your emotional responses, because your emotions will always come first, and then your thought patterns will follow later. To understand your responses in certain situations, whether you are dating or when you are in a relationship, is really important to understand your history, your emotions, and your triggers. It is also important for you to understand whether your reactions are perhaps related to some earlier situations where your needs were not met, or whether it's to do with this current situation. How in tune you are with your emotions also impacts your dating energy. If you believe that emotions, those bodily sensations, should be embraced and they are guiding you to make better decisions for you, then you feel more at peace. If you believe and you've learned to believe that perhaps your emotions are something of an inconvenience, perhaps something that you need to hide, you may not be emotionally available in relationships and when you are dating. Emotional openness attracts other people who are also emotionally available and open, whereas emotional detachment is likely to attract other people who are also emotionally detached. So to date successfully and to find love, you really need to adopt this growth mindset and becoming really curious about yourself. Why do I react in this way? What kind of experiences have affected me? How can I help myself in this situation that feels really difficult? And then also with self-compassion, approaching yourself as your really loving best friend would, giving yourself the loving attention that you need in a given situation. If you would like to know and understand more about how to date successfully, you can go and watch my 1 hour long masterclass on how to date successfully, and you will understand better everything that you need to know about dating successfully and finding love. And you can find the details in the show notes. So if you found this useful, please go and share this information with someone who needs to hear this. And please remember, give yourself the love you're seeking first, and then you will attract the love you want.